Hello, once again, Star Wars Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba. Yes, I've taken my face out. I've taken my face out because I know you don't want to see my ugly mug. You want to see the unboxing. So I'll do a few face shots, but for the most part, it is about the toys. It is about the collectibles. And today we are getting into, well, before we get to these, we got a little something old and we got something new. So the new we got is finally this one. Cobb Vanth from The Mandalorian Season 2, I believe. He is the man behind the Boba Fett armor when we first see him. Most of us keen-eyed folk would have noticed the minute we saw him with the helmet on, we knew it was not the Boba Fett that we knew. At least, if it was, we knew that they made a gross miscalculation in the height of Boba Fett that we know. But then as soon as he took the mask off, we realized that this was not the Boba Fett that we would know. This was somebody who just had his armor. Really great story arc, if you get a chance to see it. He starts off in The Mandalorian Season 2, and then he does kind of find his way into the Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett series, and definitely left arc. I'm not going to say anything, spoiler alerts, but I will say his arc is open for possible return, and I hope that they do. They use him in The Mandalorian and Grogu, perhaps. Who knows? We'll see. So this is VC 343. I gotta say, I'm kind of with a lot of others that have got some issue with this because it seems as though they tried to. Well, first of all, I believe they released this as a deluxe figure, or they released something like it as a deluxe figure, and now they are looking at, they're selling this, but kind of upping the price like it's a deluxe figure. But when you look at it closely, it really does just include, like, think about what Boba Fett would have. You know, you got the helmet, you got the jetpack, you got the extra little thruster explosions there, you got one pistol, one cannon for the, one loose cannon for the, or loose missile for the jetpack, and one rifle. That might be one piece higher, okay, than a regular figure. I don't know if that constitutes a deluxe price. Also, while I do appreciate being able to see the character, and that is a great likeness of the character, so I'm glad they did that. I feel like putting this on an expanded bubble card, they probably could have done it in a way to make the card the normal size card, because now I don't have a star case to put this in. Not that I would do that. I would generally just hang this loose. But if I want to put it in a star case, now I got to find either customize one or do something of that nature. So little disappointed in that. And look, I can't complain. I mean, I like this to be a positive channel, but I will say I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about the price of figures. This was a fairly expensive figure, and I was able to get it, buy it and no shipping. I went to buy it and pick it up at the store. My local Walmart actually had it, so they're not in any. When my local Walmart has it, then you know that it's not in it's short supply. So I don't know. I kind of hope it goes on a discount rack, and if it does, I will pick up another one. I know I sound so stupid, right? Because I'm complaining about the prices. But I do like this figure, but I do keep a carded collection. I am one who is not collecting, two of everything, one to open and one to keep in the package. I collect one of everything to keep in the package. And then on occasion, if I find a second one here and there that I like on discount, maybe at a place like, Ross or something, used to be Five Below, but now they're not even holding them anymore. They're not even storing them. So, if I find it on a discount rack, I might get another one. It is a great figure. I will not deny that. It has this little scarf thing that comes off along with the chest plate. So there's some cool stuff there, and they definitely got the lankiness of him correct. So I appreciate that. I'm just again, the cost of figures is really through the roof, and I'm at the point now where I honestly hope that they take a break from it. Only because 343, man, that's a lot. I don't know how are they going to go up. Remember, keep in mind, kids, us collectors who've been around a few years, I remember back in the mid 2000s they released a Boba Fett 500th figure. They had made 500 figures at that point. And Boba Fett was, they called that one the 500th. That was in like 2006 or something, and they haven't stopped making figures, so they're probably up to 5,000 figures at this point. All right, so it's crazy. But it's a good figure. I like it. So, you know, kudos to Hasbro on the execution of the figure. Slightly miffed and would like them to consider maybe, I don't know. There's nothing that can be considered. I know. I understand business. All right, I get it. You know, you're here to make money. So, whatever. It's okay. I guess I keep buying it until they stop making them. But this is really cool. All right, just my biggest complaint. Just wish they put it on a regular card. So, okay. Now on to something old. I have been kind of gone down the rabbit hole of what is coins. Specifically, Power of the Force coins. This is Princess Leia, Rebel Leader. Now, the coins are, for those that are uninitiated, this is Power of the Force. You can kind of see the logo from Power of the Force. And I'm not talking about Power of the Force 2. This is Power of the Force from the 1980s. And they would release the figures, and they each came with a coin. Now, what they really did, though, was they had a whole series of figures that were released with the coins. Okay, these were new figures. And then they had a couple of other figures that were released with the coin. And then there were others that were not released. Instead, you could mail away a proof of purchase or multiple proof of purchase to get a coin. Okay? And they would send you a random coin. Okay? So apparently they had something along the lines of 60-something of these coins. Okay? And no, I am not trying to complete the collection. I'm just trying to build the collection. Because the reality of it is, certain coins are worth thousands of dollars because they're ultra rare. This one, not so much. These coins were kind of in the I don't know, $25 to $75 range, just for the coins. But some of them I already have the figure, so because they re-released the figure with the coin, and sometimes they just release a coin representing the figure. So this is Princess Leia, Rebel. This is the one with her in the Endor outfit, in the poncho. And I believe this one included 2 coins. Thank you to the eBay sellers who sent these to me so quickly. I do have another coin coming. This is the AT-AT driver. Appropriate to show you this coin today, as we have just recently, at the time of this recording, lost the great Robert Watts, producer of Empire and Jedi, along with the indie films. And he also played an AT-AT driver in the film, along with Richard Marquand. So now both AT-AT drivers are one with the Force. And same backing, Power of the Force. Right, nice. Just a really cool thing. I'll show you, after I show you this next one, I'll bring out my whole collection so you can see what that looks like. Next we have Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine. It says, it's hard to make out, Galactic Ruler. Emperor Palpatine, you can see a nice thing. These are like an aluminum, very, very lightweight aluminum coin. And again, they all have the same backing. So let me pause for a moment, and I will show you all of the coins that I have collected over the years. Okay. So this is not a coin. No, this is a what is it called? I think it's a Chainco little tin. I remember when Return of the Jedi came out, they had these really cool like tin collections, which I loved. They were they had all different sizes. You could get like, they made like trash baskets, waste paper baskets that were moderately sized. They had big like lunchbox size containers, and they had these little cool little containers. So I still have a couple of these, and I use them honestly. They form over function, or function over form, I should say. I use them, to store things. And this one, I have stored all of our coins. So let's see what we have here. We have a Luke Skywalker. All the backing's the same for the silver coins. This is the Luke Skywalker Biker Scout. Then we have, I have to look at them, sorry. We have Tebow. There's Tebow. And again, some of these fall into coins that came with those, what are they, the last 17, those last 17 newly made figures, which can sometimes go for a pretty penny. This is Ramba. Some of these I also have carded figures with the coins, so I have more than one coin. And we're on an Ewok kick here. Here's Paplu. I mean, again, they're all the same backing, right? So I'm not going to show you the backing for all of them unless the backing's different. Okay? Now, it's funny because, you know, this wasn't something that people were highly sought after, were coins back in the 80s, but it was a nice thing. There's R2-D2, hero of the Star Wars galaxy in every era. Place them upside down. All right, there we go. Lando, hello, what have we here? General Lando Calrissian. There may be some doubles in here too. This is a A-Wing pilot. There he is, A-Wing pilot. There's too many of them. I think that's him. Imperial Dignitary. The one and only Imperial Dignitary that we received back in the 80s. Amanaman. I think the largest of our original vintage era figures. Here's the second Lando. I don't know why I have two. I guess I must have picked up more than one figure. I think I have a carded one and a loose one. Actually, I may actually have three of those. This is one of my favorites. Luke Skywalker, but it's the... You can tell he's wearing the Stormtrooper armor. This is the Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper armor. We never got the Han Solo one. Imperial Gunner. Always an interesting helmet, I thought. Warrock. A lot of Ewoks represented with the coins. Got Han Solo in Carbonite. This is the one where he was in Carbonite and then he came with the Carbonite block. And then outside of that, it was kind of the way he looked all during the sail barge fight. Barada. Remember, I had this figure carded. I mean, in addition to my loose one, I had this figure carded. I actually traded it for some other items back in the 90s. And then I ended up buying it back later on, or not for the same seller, but EV99, good new acquisitions, I believe voiced by Ralph McQuarrie, if I'm not mistaken. And then we also have three figures from the Droids line. We have Jan Tosh. These figures, of course, are gold, right? And then there's the Droids logo. We have R2. I only picked up three figures in the original run. Picked up Jan Tosh, R2, and of course, can't have one droid without the other, C-3PO. And of course, he kind of looks at home with this gold thing. So that's my vintage coin collection. Okay, now I do have a few more that are on the cards. Okay, and I've showed them in previous episodes. One thing I do want to also point out, since we're kind of on a coin kick, is the Star Wars 30th anniversary coin album. This was something that was released 30th anniversary, so 2007, 87, 97, 2007. Okay, so to celebrate, now at that time they were releasing figures again with coins. These aluminum, I think they're aluminum, metallic looking coins. All right, so to just kind of open this up here. And you can see that there have been a lot of these coins. Now, I'm going to just I'm not going to show you all of these. I'll just kind of like, because these these run the gamut from different characters. Okay, you can see here, you know, there are all they're not nothing related to the original. These are just whatever figures that they had. And these are not all of them, okay? These are some of them, okay? I do want to just quickly look and see, because I do notice that they have numbers on them. So let me kind of go here and see. And it says, like this one, for example. Now I can tell just by holding the coin, this is not the same kind of thing. Like this is an example. I'm not going to show you all of them. This is, of course, I picked the one that Ellis, gosh, Hellrot. I think he's a character from the Cantina, because on the back it says Star Wars: A New Hope. And you see a picture of the Cantina with the 2 moons. Okay, but what I'm trying to see is if I can't really tell from the numbers. I can't see the numbers on there. There may be a number on here. I'm not sure. So the numbers that are corresponding, this is 23. I don't think that they are the same. Now to compare the coins, in terms of, they're about the same diameter, okay? But I will tell you that the coins, there's a little bit more detail on the newer ones. They don't all have the same backing. Okay, they have different backings. Not all of them. You know, sometimes they may fall into the movie that they're from. So, and the newer coins have this weird kind of almost like every couple of couple of centimeters or millimeters, they have a little indentation or a little convex bump coming out. So, I still like them. I kind of like this coin thing. I'm actually thinking about getting I've been looking for a way to store these coins, the more vintage coins, in a way that makes more sense. But right now they'll be happily placed in my little container here until such time as I can get a better thing. So that's going to do it, folks, for this episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Check me out on Instagram and X, Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook. Also, thank you to Red 5 Network for supporting the channel. Check out all of the Red 5's channels and content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force and the toys and the coins be with you.